And with that, everyone, welcome back to the tale of Finwë and Doris and his new life here in Morrowind, and welcome to the second book of that tale. In the first book, we covered Finwë's introduction to this place, him getting more acquainted with the local culture, integrating himself with the local people, and so this book is now focusing on where he goes from here now that he has a place in his new home, now that he really has made Vardenfell a new home with a temple that he's been deeply integrated into now, with a great house that has accepted him and given him a place at their table. So yes, this is going to be an interesting sort of stage in his adventure, especially because he still has not completely eluded the grasp of the blades. So as much as he wants to just be, completely rid of all the troubles of his past, it's still going to be following him around so long as Caius and the blades are here, and so long as they could basically undermine his standing in the native organizations by revealing his forced association with them. But anyway, for those of you who are wondering where we are at Indoranian, the Dunmer Temple, or Dunmer Stronghold that Finwë had taken control of, and you may be wondering, well then, why are we in Anash content? And the reason is, we did not receive the amount of funds that we thought we would from the temple to renovate the place. So no brick storehouses, no nice new, hall for Finwë, but at least we have our own place to store our things. So we have our potions and supplies. Well, some supplies, the valuable supplies. We have all of our books. Now they're not on the moldy floor. We have a chest of drawers where I have just shoved all of our weapons and valuable shit in willy-nilly with our very tasteful Vivek Ash mask. Very, very tasteful. In case anyone came poking around, clearly it's just another sign of just how devout Finwë is to his new religious organization. I don't know if it's even fair to call it new now that he's a curate, now that he really does have like a significant position within the temple. So within his religious organization. And then, of course, here are all the miscellaneous documents that we've gathered, including our previous, the previous Temple Council sessions that had in some way referenced Finwë, but there's no need to carry those around with us because I made it to where I don't need to keep referring to past documents because I know I lose things. And then finally, we have our good buddy Jacob Julan. Hello, asshole. Do you want me to come with you again? Yes, you are my battery, remember? I need you. I need you to cast things at me so I can go ahead and absorb them, being the Atronach, or wound-burned person that I am, thanks to being born under the sign of the Atronach. So why don't you go ahead and hit me with some of that good old attribute magic, please? Yes, that's grand. Thank you, battery. You are a very, very adequate battery, and no one can ever take that from you. Alright, let's go. So, we have my nice little well here. Obviously, it's right next to my domicile. That way, whenever I'm, stumbling out in the middle of the night because I need some water, I don't have to travel far. Everyone else has to travel farther. That's actually not Jacob's place back there, by the way. That is the attendant's. You have to go ahead and sleep off the stone because you don't believe in the temple, remember? You're a heretic. You're lucky I'm letting you come with me here. You're lucky I let you occasionally drink from that well. Yes, you are. All right, and then here we have the attendant that's been assigned to us now that we have been assigned this place officially as a curate in the temple. Oh, first, let's go ahead and take a look at our shrine. So here we have our shrine to Saint Nerevar the Captain. We'll receive his blessing, the spirit of Nerevar, and then you can see I just put some miscellaneous bone mold items here to just go ahead and increase the feeling of it. Man, can you hear how fast I am because of that athletics training we got? I'm going to turn the footstep volume down. because I am taking a lot of footsteps every second. It's going to get really annoying. It's a bit better. All right, yes. Hello, Sathala. I wrote this guy's name, and I can't even pronounce it correctly. Sathalas Othril. Says, "Greetings, Curate. I am Sathalas Othril, and I am your new shrine attendant. Do you have any questions you would like to ask me about myself and how I might be of service to you? Or would you like to know a bit more about the temple additions to Indoranian? I also have some relevant notes that were forwarded from your friend in the Internal Affairs Records Office, which is good since only official scribes may take notes during meetings." Nice to meet you, Sathalas Othril. What's your rank? That way I can refer to you appropriately. I am Sathalas Othril, pilgrim and acolyte of the temple. Okay, so acolyte Othril. Yeah, tell me a little bit about yourself. He says, "I was once the personal shield of the Lord Commander of the Tower of Dusk, and have survived 3 separate campaigns at Red Mountain. However, my clan serves under the Lalu banner, for which the masters of the temple view me with more suspicion than others. I believe they think I will betray the temple and any men that I may command, should my life be in danger, or should the profit for doing so be too great. Yet I was still able to advance through the temple until my brother was found to be a dreamer." A dreamer? So, they already didn't like you, and then your brother's in league with Dagoth. And honestly, I'm kind of inclined to believe just... Oh, wait, no. Finway wouldn't know that. Finway hasn't gone down far enough to associate the Lalu with potentially being affiliated with Dagoth yet. I don't think he would. He did get the 6th house notes, which said they were affiliated with smugglers' guilds. But if anything, Finway would think that at this point, the Lalu would not like the 6th house because they're muscling in on the smuggling business. Yeah, no, I don't think it would initially cross his mind at all. Well, that is unfortunate, sir. As someone who had a lot of shitty family members, I can tell you that we don't, here at Indoranian, we, and by we I mean you and me, because we're the only 2 assigned here, don't judge people by their family's associations and misdeeds. No, we do not. So he continues, "Well, as you can imagine, that was the end of any opportunity for me in the temple. My brother confessed to his sins after private interrogation and again in a public trial, after which he has been remanded to the Ministry of Truth. It was only my long record of service to the temple that I was not also given over to the Inquisition. But now no master would trust me any longer to serve a post where the 6th house may pose a significant risk. To this day, my brothers and sisters in arms look at me with fear." Well, then maybe this will be a bit of a relief for you, now that you're being posted out here in such a distant outpost, right? You're not being forced to quarter with people who are probably giving you shit on the daily. And who knows, maybe the solitude will give you some time to, meditate and give your mind some clarity. And it really is a beautiful posting out here. Like, have you seen the day so far? Whenever it's not raining, it is quite beautiful here. And there's not really ash storms, which I'm sure you're used to, because you were stationed at Ghostgate. So yeah, welcome. I think you're going to enjoy Indoranian a lot more than your last couple of post-ins. But anyway, what do you have to say about Indoranian now that you've been here for a little bit? I know there was a bit of a time skip in between the last recording and this one, so I assume these guys should have talked to each other. But who knows? Maybe Finway was out doing things for a couple of days and he came back at night, and so he didn't have a chance to talk to the guy until this morning. Anyway, so what do you think about Indoranian? He says, "I agree with the council that this location is suitable for a hub of temple activity in the east, but I don't think that the masters understand the difficulty of supplying such a post. We can only serve when we are strong, and we can only be strong when we are resolute in our faith. But experience has taught me that when that hunger gnaws at the heart of even the most resolute, and even if it does not always break them in the end, even if it does not always break them in the end." I need to take a moment to actually read the text before I speak. He does have some decent points there, but I can't tell if Finwë would be open to that or if he would kind of shame him for not being more resolute in his faith. Yeah, I think what Finwë would say is, if hunger is the thing that gnaws at your resolution, then you need to just redouble your prayer and your meditation to attain a higher level of faith, because you should be able to subsist on faith alone. I don't know if Finwë would actually believe that, but I can see him getting all puffed up and saying that to the acolyte who's been assigned to him. Because remember, Finwë rose pretty quickly in the temple to curate, and it's because, in part, he did like... I'll check the journal after this, but I think it's... We've done 3 or 4 pilgrimages so far. We did the 7 Graces. We did the pilgrimage in silence, which I'd have to go back to, but I'm pretty sure we cheesed it by just marking recalling. Or maybe I leapt, who knows, with the Icarian flight scrolls. But did that one, Mount Cand, and Margan, where the Daedra promised to rape our corpse. Yeah, so a big part of our promotion to this level is because we've been very public in our demonstrations of faith. So yeah, I think Finwë would get all puffed up and kind of rebuke the acolyte for this statement. Anyhow, tell me about... We're talking about Indoranian, so tell me about your duties here. Tell me about what a shrine attendant does. He says, yes, I'm an acolyte of the temple who has been specifically assigned as the attendant to this way shrine. My holy charges include the keeping of the way shrine grounds and guarding of the same, the offering of incense and performance of holy rites at the appointed times, and ensuring that the way shrine is properly stocked to support all the faithful who may make pilgrimage or crusade here, and of course, the performance of any orders of the way shrine curate and masters of the temple. Great, so it sounds like I don't have to actually do anything on the daily, which is perfect, because I have other things to do. Because I'm also now a kinsman of House Redoran, so we're going to start being kind of busy, but I'm sure the temple doesn't mind, because House Redoran is the most loyal of the 3 great political houses on this island. So I don't see the temple having a problem with me taking some time to gain further support for temple activities in House Redoran and further cooperation between us. Anyhow, how specifically can you be of service to me? Says, I've compiled the notes that were sent by the Internal Affairs Office and provided a summary of matters most relevant to Indoranian and its personnel. I also handle sending the report on the status of the Way Shrine and the comings and goings of the faithful to the Council. Other than that, I also offer updates to the Council when your works for the Temple do not permit you to observe Temple Council sessions. Right, because as a curate, we can now observe council sessions. We can't introduce anything, and we can't really speak freely. But we are allowed to attend now. All right, and let's go ahead and round this out. We'll round it out by asking for the copy of those notes. But tell me about your thoughts regarding the temple. Oh, this is him talking about his service to the temple. Me asking, clicking to the temple, he says, I love my work in the temple, but even here the shadow of my family finds me. You are bold in your service and have not followed the traditional route of advancement in the temple. But for many of us, service in a fane is the final step before advancing to curate. After the shame of my brother's trial and the shame heaped upon me at the Ghost Gate, I suspect that I shall never be allowed to serve at either of the high fanes. Thus, while I remain on the island, my advancement in the temple is blocked. Not necessarily. You mean while you remain on the island and the political situation within the temple remains unchanged, right? The masters who wouldn't assign you to the High Fane. As long as that situation remains unchanged, then yeah, while you're on the island, you can't advance. But that could always be changing, right? Can't you tell? Like, everyone's talking about it when you ask about latest rumors. There are things going on. Everyone feels some sort of weird change in the air, so I wouldn't be I wouldn't be too despondent, my good sir. Anyway, thank you for introducing yourself and just sharing your thoughts a little bit. Anyway, what are those records that you mentioned? Yes, Curate Finway. There are some notes from the last council session that you will find interesting. Here you go. Temple Council Meeting Notes 3 has been added to your inventory. Excellent. Thank you, my good sir. All right. So let's go ahead and see these, and then jumping for joy, and then we will plan what we are up to next. I would say right now that Finway's probably going to go do some work, obviously for either the temple or House Redoran. I imagine he'll probably head to Outer Rune and check in with his patron, I think it's Serioni Sathri. I don't know. I'm horrible with names. And then probably do some work. Probably go to the Ghost Gate because that master was... The master there has never really liked us. So maybe we should go there and get a better sense of him. He was the guy who apparently wouldn't allow our attendant to remain there. So... Okay, Jacob, we're moving along. Let me just... Jumping for joy. Read these council notes, and then we will be on our way. All right. Concerning scouting reports of the Outlands, Indoranian, and Finway and Doris. So these are the third set of council notes we've been given. I want to say that means this is the third or fourth month that Finway has been on the island. Anyway. Starts off by Patriarch Serioni saying, Master Rothaloth, what is your report for the southern regions? Rothaloth is the guy who maintains the Molag Amur outpost, shrine, temple complex, whatever you want to call it. He's one of the masters that does like us. Master Rothaloth reports, we continue to have difficulty with any scouting missions beyond the southern mountains. We just don't have the manpower to launch the necessary expeditionary force. I've dispatched some scouts in the region who have indicated that signs of necromancy and blighted holes are clearly visible. Master Rothaloth then continues, however, in order to establish any sort of lengthy operations would require more resources than we have available. I can't dispatch the necessary scouts to screen our approach and send a force large enough to engage any serious threats. And then Master Lalaran enters in here on the record. We have had, and Master Lalaran is the one who is the master of Ghostgate, and that's the one who apparently doesn't like us for whatever reason. Probably because we're an Outlander. Reports. We've had reports that Southeastern Ghost Fence has turned into a recent migration path for cliff racers as well as Kwama. They threaten to spread the blight in the location we are least prepared to deal with and least able to reach. Curate, I imagine he must be the official scribe of the council, reports. We have some good news on that front, Master. The port landing at Indoranian, there we go, that's why this is relevant to us, has been established, and we've received word that the Zainab would not raid our caravan routes in exchange for the temple routing out some of the local threats to their herds. I like that he noted in here that he glanced at Master Lalaran before continuing, because I'm pretty sure this guy is also the scribe. Curate so anyway, he said, the notes say, Curate Nethlem, after glancing at Master Lalaran, continues, Curate Finway has also removed some undead from one of the nearby towers, and this appears to have been enough to appease them. I imagine that means the Zainab for now. Master Lalaran responds, Is this how you let men operate under your muster? Is this how you let men under your muster operate, Master Rothaloth? Appeasing heretics and engaging in solitary operations? Master Rothaloth responds, Unlike the forces at the High Fane of Ghostgate, the Masters of Molag Amor have always had to make do with what resources remain available, and this practice has often resulted in gains unforeseen by others. Master Rothaloth gestures to a regional map, saying, "See now, with only a slight investment, we have gained access to a supply line to the Saint Shrine near another stronghold. What more would you have of Finwë?" Master Lalaran responds, "I would have him directly show the depths of his faith, not with these affrays on the marches or small acts that earn him great praise. When he finds his true faith, he will find himself before me." Finwë stops and thinks, "Fuck! I just told that kid that if he's hungry, if hunger gnaws at his faith, then he needs to redouble his faith." Oh, shit. Well, this is clearly this is moved from I don't know if he likes us to shit. He's shaming us at a council session. When he finds his true faith, he will find himself before me. Patriarchy Sarioni. This guy actually supported us at an earlier point whenever it came to us claiming this stronghold. Says, "Until then, it is enough to know that we must now begin routing resources to the Saint Shrine if we hope to continue to operate there, especially now that we know the region southeast of the Ghost Fence is compromised." He didn't have to say until then. He could have just said, "It is enough to know." So I'm assuming, and Finwë's assuming, that this must be, the Patriarch actually agreeing with this rebuke. Yeah. There's going to be a change of plans on where we're going first. Anyway, these notes conclude with Patriarch Sarioni addressing all masters and curates with the order, "You will need to begin taking account of your inventories and be prepared to tighten your belts as we adjust to the resource situation." The council then proceeds to discuss new criteria for the admission of laypersons to the rank of novice, which clearly doesn't involve us, and I'm glad that the notes weren't forwarded because we weren't going to read them. We're not actually going to read anything for a minute because Finwë's fucking fuming. So he's basically saying, that master is saying that because we were focused on doing pilgrimages, attaining a higher level of faith by recreating the steps that Lord Vivek had taken, but then again, he's right. What kind of major service have we done in a way that was, protecting people? We've healed some people, sure, and we've done some pilgrimages, which may have inspired the faith of those around us, but
Please join me.
oh shit, what have we actually been contributing? Contributed to House Redoran, surely, but what has Finwë actually contributed to the temple, other than what we just covered? All right, Jacob, let's go ahead and get ready to travel. We're heading to Ghostgate. Well, no need to... We are a kinsman in House Redoran. We don't want to be walking around with everyday garb on. So we'll go ahead, once we get outside of Alderun, we'll go ahead and put on... Actually, that doesn't make sense, because in reality, it would take a while to put some of these things on, so we'll just put it on now. Curious, thank you. Let's see. We'll put the pauldrons on. And the robe. Yes, that's grand. All right. Good. All right, Jacob. Let's go ahead and go pay Master Lalaran a visit. Because that motherfucker, even if they're right, they didn't need to fucking address it like that. Didn't need to fucking shame us in front of everyone else. So let's go take care of this shit. Jacob, I'm pretty sure that you can follow me with interventions. You better be able to, though, because otherwise I'm going to be kind of pissed. I might stab you with my pokey stick. So, ready? Let's go. I am going to keep these exquisite gloves on for now because they are nice and silky smooth. They feel nice on the hands rather than those sweaty, Dark Brotherhood gauntlets. Okay. Okay, this is the moment of truth. Is it up or down? We're in the Fighters Guild. Up or down for the Mages Guild?
Must be going crazy. Talking to me.
Shut the fuck up. I'm talking to you, Jacob.
I could eat a rat.
Anyway, let's go ahead and assume down. By the way, I've realized that I can't do the third-person view when I'm running because I pump my arms so fast, it's ridiculous. It was down, by the way. We finally have remembered. We've run this mat race so many times that we know where the cheese is. Hello, NEL. I'm fairly certain I have to have you transport me for him to come along. Let's go to Eldaroon. There he is. Good boy. Now, we're going to head straight to the temple. I'm going to put on a mask, actually. We'll pretend like we had this on before we came through. So we don't really want people in the house being like, why didn't you come and say anything before you went out on this adventure? It would just be a lot of awkward questions, and the truth is not an answer we want to give right now. So, jumping for joy at being sneaky, let's go ahead and Divine Intervention our way out of here to Buckmoth. God damn it, wrong key. You would think after all this time I would switch where the jump and the magic keys are, but why bother with little things like logic, right? Anyway, let's go ahead and go. Here we go. See how fast I pump my arms now? Oh, we look fucking ridiculous. Oh, one more time. Alright, I know it's that way. Alright. Come on. Oh, god damn it. Alright, that's enough of that. Let's go. What a gloomy, gloomy, shitty day. But it is appropriate, probably, because it's the Ashlands. At least it is not billowing with ash. And here it is, that image, or not image, that place where Finwë was truly awestruck by the power and the majesty of the temple, where he first saw just the ghost fence rising up as he crests this hill, realizing the power and the sacrifice that goes in every day to keeping the people safe. And as he reflects on that, a new wave of shame comes down upon him, right? Because that is one of the things that most impressed him about the temple. And yet he hasn't come back here yet. He never came back here until now, after being shamed in that council session. And who knows, like, maybe that's not a shameful act. Maybe he wasn't being openly shamed, right? Maybe it was just someone making a harsh comment, right? And the Patriarch not wanting to go ahead and rebuke one of the higher members of the temple. I don't know. Don't know. But at this point, it doesn't matter, because soon Finwë will be there, and he will be ready to offer his service to the temple. I forgot that I shouldn't be running in third person. But he'll be ready to offer his service to the temple, to fight the minions of Dago III, to put himself on the line and in danger to truly prove his devotion to the temple. And Now, as he approaches the Ghost Gate, he can feel himself swell again with pride at being part of the temple. That feeling of being shamed is not gone, but it's not as burning right now, as he knows that soon he will stand before Master Lalaran, offer to take on these duties, and then through that self-sacrifice, the shame will be removed.
Find someone
And
else.
here we have a dreamer. You're lucky, good sir.
Do I care?
You're lucky. At this point, if I had been a grizzled warrior from Ghostgate, I probably would have slain you on sight. But because I know the other aspects of the temple, this is Finway talking, by the way, the other aspects of the temple that I've learned through my pilgrimages, Master Lalaran, I will hope for your cure, sir. Come, Jacob, you filthy fucking shithead. Man, I missed insulting you. How are you, Jacob? Anything wrong? I'm actually surprised that you didn't say anything. Did I? Oh, no. I really don't want to hear that again. I was just trying to refresh myself if I had clicked that in the past or not. I wasn't actually interested in what it said. Alright, let's see. Tower of Dusk. Lord Commander of the Tower of Dusk. Maybe... No. No. We're gonna go straight from here, right on up to the upper levels. We're going to present ourselves to Master Lalaran, and then that motherfucker will have no reason to go ahead and doubt that we are here to put ourselves on the line for the temple like he has doubted in us for so fucking long. Before we do that, though, we're going to go ahead and do an obvious, not obvious, because we're not doing this for show at all. Doing just a round of pious praying. Finway is a pious man, but he is also very aware that this is the High Fane. And so, Master Lalaran is definitely up here. And he's also aware that maybe it is expected of a curate of the temple to offer his prayers to the greater and lesser saints, because that's the idea of a high fane. This is where all of the saints are, greater and lesser. Whoop, didn't mean to go down there. We'll just pretend that didn't happen. Love that. All right. Prayer to Saint Nerevar, to Saint Maris, to Vivek, one of the only ones that isn't a, what is it? A saint. Interesting. That's right. Vivek's the only one who has a trilith here out of all of Almsivi. The Rock of Lothus, Saint Lothus. Prayer to Saint Felms for Felms' glory. And a prayer to Saint Delian for the Shield of Delian. All right. Master Lalaran. Let's... Is Finway's like, am I seeing this correctly? And at that moment, Finway realized what an asshole he was, because it had never even crossed his mind that the commander of Ghostgate, of the fortress that holds back the forces of Dagothur, was a woman. So Finway's stunned. A lot of thoughts are running through his mind, but he can't just sit here and stare at her this entire time. So he addresses himself and says, "Hello, Master Lalaran. I am Finway Endoris, the curate of Indoranian." She says, What brings you to the temple, curate? Have you been lax in your duties?" I would like to offer myself... I fear that I have been lax in my duties, and I would like to offer my services to the Lord Commander of Ghostgate and to the temple in the fight to hold back the forces of Dagothur, and I am prepared to put my body and my soul on the line in this fight. So I would be more than happy to accept whatever duties you have to give. Master Lalaran says, The outcast Ashlander, Asantas Hansar, has fallen ill. Interesting. Is he here downstairs? Is there an Ashlander plot to go ahead and attack Ghostgate from the outside while the forces of Dagoth attack from within? Do you need me to interrogate him? I've never done that. Although I understand the mysteries of Lord Vivek and Lord Sothasil may help us in this regard. Tell me more about this Ashlander. The temple does not proselytize, but we do good works. Asantis Hansar is an ill Ashlander in the outcast Ashlander camp of Ahin an Apal, which is just south of Ghostgate. Find and take care of him. You may need a way to calm him, for outcast Ashlanders are often aggressive towards strangers. Finway, absolutely stunned that this is the duty that he's been given, simply says, "Yes, Master Lalaran, thank you. I will be back shortly." And then walks out. And then just kind of walks about in a daze, stunned for a minute. So, oh, that's why it's so dark. Because I don't have my spear equipped. So we came here prepared to fight the forces of Dagoth. We are a curate of the temple. We are a kinsman of House Redoran. We clearly can hold our own. Finway's doing, by the way, what I do whenever I'm just completely absorbed in a thought. And it's like I'm just wandering inside, don't even realize where I'm going. And this is... she assigned us to take care of an ill Ashlander. I mean, okay, like, we'll go do that. Let's go do that, and we'll chew on this thought on the way. Do you have any thoughts about this, Jacob? This is just weird, right? Jacob wants to talk about books. That's not what I want to talk about at the moment. I'm very, very enthralled with my own thoughts right now, Jacob. I do apologize. Maybe later, bud. Not right now, though. Right now, we're trying to figure out what the fuck is going on with Master Lalaran. Oh, by the way, Master Lalaran... let's put our shit on. I was like, should we wait until it's a nicer day? No. One, because there's no ash storms right now, so it's not going to get much nicer than this. I'm not going to put my armor on. We shouldn't have to fear talking to Ashlanders. We are a, what is it? You're a clan friend, I believe. Yeah, we're a clan friend. Like, we should have positive disposition with a lot of Ashlanders. Although, being in the temple and House Redoran definitely lowers that. Anyway. So we're going south to talk to these Ashlanders. Master Lalaran sent us on this journey, instead of having us fight for the temple. This has to be connected to how she was shaming Finway and Doris, right? For not being willing to go ahead and come to her before, and how all of our works had been... She didn't say this, but she must have been referencing how all of our works have been things like pilgrimages and healing people. That's why she's doing this. This is an obvious sort of like, so this is all you're good for, huh? It's almost like it's a hazing. We'll do it. We'll do it with grace. Get it out of the way. But, oh, that's gotta be it. The more Finway thinks about it, the more he realizes it must be that. It must be that she's doing this as like a hazing and sort of like fucking with us because of the duties that led us to getting the rank of curate. She must not approve. Hello, Zalit. I am looking for your friend, Antass. Is he here? You don't have anything to say about him. Let's see if anyone else does. Are you Antass? You're Tunafi. You are Antass. Asantis Hensor. What do you have to say, my good sir? Leave me. I'm diseased. I don't need your help. Your third sentence contradicts your second. I'm with the temple. Tell me a little bit more, though, about this disease. I have droops. I can barely move, and I have no strength. droops. Can you tell me a little bit more about the specifics? It's important. Yes, but I am outcast. The wise women will not cure me. I'm very curious as to why you're outcast, but that's neither here nor there right now. I can actually cure you. So, would you consent to me trying to cure you of your droops? Says, have you a potion or will you cure me with a spell? If I recall from talking to the Zynab, I hope Finway remembers this, and it's not just me remembering a separate playthrough. They had some sort of bias against bottled magics. Or at least some of them did. I'm pretty sure the males did, so I'm definitely going to use a spell on you, even if I do. I think I do have a potion. Pretty sure I'm smart enough to keep a potion like that on me. But I'll use a spell. We use the spell that we learned on our first set of pilgrimages. So, fucking eat that, Master Lalaran. We only have this badass Vivek's Touch spell to cure both blight and common disease on touch because of our pilgrimages and our faith. Anyway, here you are, Antaas. I imagine you feel much better now. What do you think? Yes, thank you, Finway and Doris. Thank you for healing me. You are welcome, my dude. All right. Well, we have to be going, but you all be safe. You all take care. Looks like there's going to be a storm soon. Oh, Jacob, I should have asked them about you. I saw that they had a dialogue option about you. This is where we first met. Did you happen to know them by any chance? Well, anyway, glad that was resolved. But now we gotta go back and talk to the master who basically sent us on a fuck you trip. And the more Finway thinks about it now, the even bigger the insult. Because unlike all of the other, like, heal quests that we've had, we weren't given the tools to actually succeed. We weren't given a potion. We weren't even told where to get a potion or where to get a spell. Not only that, Jacob, another thing. Whispering quietly to Jacob as before we get too close to the tower. She told us that they could be angry and violent, and that we need to make sure that we can calm them. Didn't give us any fucking tools for that either. This was arguably potentially the most dangerous of our healing fucking... No, we had to go into a fucking Dwemer, or a Daedric ruin. Still, though, this is some fucking bullshit. We did it in record time, though, so... Maybe... Oh, I know what it is. Maybe it's because we came in all, like, silk garments and everything, right? Let's go ahead and actually show up in our gear, ready to go. We'll take our silk gloves off, show that we mean business and that we are ready to go ahead and fight against the forces of Dagothur. Yes. All right. Hello, Master Lalaran. We have taken care of that business for you, and as you can see, we are already prepared for whatever duties you may have for me next. So, greetings, Master. Without any sort of intro, she says, were you able to cure Antaas? Yes, indeed, Master. I was able to cure Antaas. So Antaas has been cured. Good work, Finway and Doris. Take these potions in case you were infected as well. So she actually did have the solution. She did have the solution for me. Why wouldn't you give me these before I went? What if I didn't have the spell or a potion on me? Sorry about that. But anyway, so many questions. I think this reward was also kind of a way, right, to basically give Finway a little kick in the mouth. All right. Anyway, Master. Hey, at least she shows that she likes us a lot with the disposition bar. But I mean, if someone is like constantly undercutting you, maybe this is like saying this is the best you can expect from her. In regards to us, anyway. I mean, clearly she's fucking competent. She's the Lord Commander of the fucking Ghost Gate. I'm pretty sure after of all the masters, she is probably the most highly ranked. Either her or the one in Vivek. The master in Vivek might be considered like a little bit more prestigious than her because the one in Vivek's closer to the living god. But under her command is basically where the fate of the temple lies. So it's really kind of a big deal for Finway that she doesn't seem to hold much respect for him in the temple and seems to be like doubting him. Anyway, he's prepared now to go ahead and immediately, we're ready. Master Laren, as you can see, we've come prepared. If you have any other duties for me, I'm prepared to take them on at this time. Excellent. Well, I need someone to bring the hermit Sindus Sathlis food and drink. I see, and is this her? I'm assuming, by hermit you mean this is one of your scouting parties, your buoyant Armiger, your buoyant Armiger scouts up on the slopes overlooking one of the ash vampire citadels. I'd be happy to go ahead and reinforce them. Do you think that there's going to be any sort of enemy patrols waylaying me? Tell me about the supplies I need to bring them. Take this food and drink to Sindus Sathlis. He's a hermit who lives on Shuran Island between Sheagorod and Vardenfell. Take a boat to Dagon Fell and then go to Rothran where you can go fuck yourself, Finway and Doris. Shuran Island is just west of Rothran and you can once again go fuck yourself there. I will mark this stronghold on your map. Now get the fuck out of my sight. That's of course not what she said, but that's all Finway could hear, as his mind just started to cloud over with red. And now he bows, and he walks out. He jumps for joy and anger as he walks out slowly, Jacob accompanying him. Jacob, is it the look? Is it the look that made it seem like I was like some sort of layman? Or initiate? Or some other shit where my talents are best suited wandering around Sheagorod to deliver this shit? I've done humble works before. I don't understand why this temple master is spiting me. For everyone at home, I'm hoping you can kind of see the character development that hopefully will result from this. Is that Finway, and this isn't necessarily counter to his character, right? I'm going to go ahead and just start us on the path up there without having to comment on, what path we're taking. But yeah, this sort of thinking isn't necessarily alien or contradictory to how Finway had acted in the past, right? Yes, Finway was someone who tried to... Was that little motherfucker not able to follow me?
Go ahead, Strick.
What? Jacob, where'd you go? Let me load a new cell and see if he follows me. Oh, you dirty motherfucker, where did you go? Well, fuck him. He's not carrying anything I need right now, and I know where he'll be if I need him. I don't know why he didn't teleport with me. He's definitely teleported with me before, and I didn't tell him to wait there. Anyway. Yeah, this isn't This isn't... There you are, Jacob. This isn't necessarily out of alignment with how Finway has acted or thought in the past. He's been humble. Like, he wants to serve the people. He doesn't think that he's above the everyday person. But that doesn't mean that we've never seen him... that doesn't mean that he couldn't fall victim to pride about standing within an organization, right? Like, he's not saying that he's above the everyday Dunmer on the street, but he is kind of arguing that he should be treated with more respect within the temple because of the rank that he's attained. Which is ultimately kind of a problem, right? Because he's starting to become very self-focused, once again, potentially to the detriment of the temple and the people. Because now he's so focused on like his own position and his own desires and his own want to be recognized, that it could lead to disharmony within the temple. Whereas if he were truly humble and mastered himself, then it wouldn't come to that. He would be able to perform these humbling duties without it actually harming his faith or harming his integrity. And there's the question, right? Right now, is Finway's faith being undermined because he is not being praised and rewarded and is being given these very humbling and possibly humiliating tasks? Or is he learning from it at this point? I think because he rushed to get there. Let's just continue on. I think because he rushed to go ahead and get to the Master, and then he rushed back to the Master after completing that first set of duties, and then asking for more, like, just so eager to try and get that validation, that right now he's still completely absorbed with the feelings of, why am I being disrespected? Why is this shit happening to me? And as you can see, he immediately left there. He still didn't stop by House Redoran, even though this time he walked right through the town. Completely visible, without even really thinking about it, because he's just so absorbed in this set of interactions with the temple. But because he's rushing through all this, right, he hasn't had time to process it, and so the overwhelming feeling that he has right now is definitely going to be anger. All right. Hello, ma'am. Yes, could you please take me up to Dagon Fell? So yeah, I definitely think Finway is just consumed with negative feelings right now. Who are you? Whoa, whoa, whoa. Where can you travel to? Nesis? Holy shit, what? The fuck? When did someone have a boat to fucking Nesis? I mean, that makes a lot of sense. Let's go ahead and look at the map, because I gotta show you where we're going anyway. Nesis is right here. It makes sense that there would be a port. They even have, like, a major river running through here. I don't think it goes out to sea again here. But yeah, Nesis would definitely should have a port. It is on a tall cliffside, though. Something to think about next time we're in the area. Anyway, the area we're going, this is Rotheran, and it's on an island to the west. I don't know if it's this one or this one, but fortunately, we have Levitate, so it's not going to be much of a problem for us. Like, right now, this would be a big pain in the ass if we didn't have Levitate, Jacob and I, but we do have Levitate. And we do have very buff athletics. So we're just going to zoomy zoom zoom over these hills. Okay. Where was I with my thinking? Because I was offering my thoughts on where Finway was and offering my thoughts on what his character needs to do to develop and really hit that that higher state of faith. But how is he feeling right now? Let's go back to that. I don't know. I think at this point, because I took myself out of that thinking there for a second. I would say at this point that he is largely just kind of overwhelmed with the idea of having to do this again. And I think I know what he'd be thinking at this point, right? So he just got basically told, fuck you. Like, you went ahead and just ran, and he's kind of like making this a bigger deal in his mind than what it possibly was. But he was told to go ahead and heal someone, and then he just runs back like a dog, wanting more duties. And so we're told to go ahead and run all the way up here, maybe as a way to go ahead and discourage us or, you know, shame us. And so I think what he would be feeling... Oh dear Namit. Have we been in here yet? You know what? Maybe that's what we need to blow off some steam, Jacob. Let's explore while we still consider this fucking bullshit at the temple. Ooh, and we already have a volunteer to go ahead and let us take our anger out on her. Hello, Relinda. Yeah, I think Finway right now is thinking that, A, I'm still gonna fucking go back there as soon as this is done. I'm not gonna be fucking around. You're not gonna put me off. B, I think he's thinking, okay, so you better be giving me a serious assignment next time, because if you give me another fucking bullshit excuse of assignment like this, I'm just gonna go fuck off for a while. I'm not gonna put up with it. I'm a curate. I've been acknowledged by the temple. I don't have to put up with this shit. I don't have to put up with this abuse. So if I get another fucking go deliver ass bomb to this big farty orc, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it, and they can go fuck themselves, or she can go fuck herself. Like, why? She could have one of her initiates do it. She could have one of her. She could have anyone do it. She could have anyone be doing this. She could have anyone be doing this, Jacob, and she's not. You know what? I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck that we're here in the middle of nowhere. It is all right. We're gonna kill all these minions, and then we're gonna sleep for a little while, Jacob. I've been going nonstop. You know what? Fuck her. I'll report back in tomorrow. Not gonna be running back like a dog with a bone wagging my tail. I don't think it's occurred to Finway that maybe he'll be a little bit fucking calmer in the morning. In fact, I know it hasn't, because he's still full of piss and vinegar. But maybe maybe tomorrow, if he fucking has calmed down by then, maybe he'll learn a lesson from this whole thing. Because I can guarantee right now he definitely will not be. Let me see what time it is, because that's also going to kind of have an impact on whether Finway in character would stay. 3 p.m. I've had some time to think on the boat rides and the Silt Strider rides. Would Finway actually go ahead and try and report back extremely fast or not? It would also be like meta. It would, out of story, it would be nice to level up. It's been a long amount of travel. It's been a lot of travel. I think we probably traveled through a full night to get here, with many different stopping points, so it's not like we ever actually got to sleep. We're going to go ahead and rest for a while, Jacob. We're going to get like 6 hours of rest. With that, by the time we get back to her, it should be early in the morning the next day. And now we can go ahead and level up. Finally, I've been getting that level up notification for a little while. So what do we have here? 5 to strength. 3 to intelligence. And times 2 to personality. I want to get personality up to 60 because I'm sure one of the guilds I'm a part of, probably like the Thieves Guild, I'll need to have that high. All right. We're going to be wandering around in the dark trying to find this man. Never mind. I guess we're going to go ahead and report to her a little bit later in the day. Finway woke back up and was like, fuck, I am tired. And it looks like these bandits had some decent beer, had some decent meat and cheese around, so we'll just go ahead and eat all that. And a fucking fiend tanto, thank you. Holy shit, that just made this whole expedition worth it. An Imperial silver cap? Well, that's fucking cute. I will be taking that. What does that look like? Oh, now that is adorable. Come on. Oh, shit. I wonder if I can wear that instead of, like, an Imperial Legion uniform. Huh. That's funny. Not for us. Alright, let's go ahead and get this done. So it's the next day, right? Finway is far less grumpy, but it's not like he's exactly in a forgiving mood. He still is he's put his anger away, let's say that. He's put his anger away. He recognized it for what it was and how it was clouding his thought processes. But what's nagging him this morning is that even after doing all that, he doesn't understand why he was assigned to this. Why was he a curate of the temple? Sorry, I lost my train of thought there. Why would he, a curate of the temple, be assigned to do something that effectively anyone could do? Any of these lower level members of the temple. Sure, it is kind of out of the way here. But I mean, anyone who's completed the pilgrimage of the 7 graces has themselves gone out of the way, right? Anyone above the rank of layperson or novice or whatever the first and second ranks are should be able to do this. So why are we being tasked to do it? And it's just really, really bothering him. I don't know yet if he's recognized that's kind of a problem that's been bothering him. Holy shit, who are you? Whoa. That's gonna be bad. He is fucking crushing my fatigue. And if he knocks me down, it's over. Oh, sorry. Damn. Sorry that I stopped talking. I was just like, holy fuck. What is this guy and where the fuck did he come from? Oh, you dirty healing bastard. Sorry about that, Jacob. Who the fuck is this? He is Olaf. And this is Olaf's fist. He's got a fucking set of skooma on him. He's damn near naked. And he's got a fucking gauntlet on him that... It's too bad it's not a permanent enchant. It's cast when strike. Or, sorry, it's cast when used. Fortify hand-to-hand 20 points for 30 seconds on self. That will be good. What is my skill in hand-to-hand? There it is. 24. I was hovering over it. Well, those will be good if I ever have a quest that requires me to punch someone to death. Or punch them rather than kill them. So, thank you, Olaf. That'll definitely come in handy in that one Blood Moon quest. So after that encounter, Finway's thoughts were broken. And... where were we? Right, well, Finway actually realized that him... like, wondering why he's been assigned this and constantly questioning that. Will he ever realize that that's kind of the problem? That he's not actually happy to just serve in whatever fashion possible, but instead wants to serve in a glorious fashion? Like, he's not dedicating himself fully to this mission. He's distracted half the time. And maybe he realizes that as he's about to walk into Pusanabit. I don't think there'll be another time when I'd be walking through here like this, so no. He hasn't realized that yet. But he is a little bit calmer and realizing that there has to be a reason for this, right? A master such as that wouldn't just go ahead and assign someone without any sort of intention. And he also is starting to realize that someone that highly ranked surely wouldn't just make something up for him to do out of spite. Surely not. So, why would... Hello? Why would he be sent here? And why him? Again, why him? Why not someone else? I know I have a point. I have to have a cure somewhere. Realm's cure. Nope. Siren's gift is on touch. Watch, I probably... Oh, anti-venom. There we go. Cure poison on self. Nice try, guys. Ooh, who do we have in here? Three of you, huh? Oh, well, two of you and a Dremora who is hitting pretty hard. God damn. What kind of healing spell we have here? I'm pretty sure I have Hearth Heal. That's probably the best. Damn. You were able to summon a Dremora. That is not a joke. Who are you? You're Tillor Adrethri. A little bit of gold. Ketapun Sabbat doors. Well, I think Finway, after that fight, is realizing, well, one reason why at least someone higher ranked than a novice was assigned is clearly this region is dangerous. It couldn't just be assigned to anybody. It had to be assigned to someone who wouldn't die if one of these guys just happened to have been wandering outside their cave and saw the temple member who was trying to take care of this quest. But then it still comes down to why this curate, though? Like, surely the master has a number of guards that she could have, a number of forces that she could have directed towards this. Why assign, Finway to do this task? Make him go far out of the way whenever he was willing to go ahead and fight the evil forces of Dagoth Ur. Like, she had shamed him for not coming to her sooner, and yet then she basically dismisses him out here. But with another tough fight ahead of him, Finway is appreciating once again just how dangerous it is here. That was the second time that Finway was, maybe not in mortal danger, definitely in a position that was not desirable. But is he still so thick that he can't see why he was assigned this? Why him and not one of the many, many guards, the Ordinators, the Buoyant Arbingers, stationed at Ghost Gate? Why was he sent? Bone mold, damn. Oh shit, I am in a lot of trouble here. Do we have any potions? I was still completely absorbed in thinking about what's going on in Finway's mind and not thinking about what's happening to Finway's body. Not my body, not my problem. That's what I always say. God damn it, Jacob. Get the fuck out of the way. Jesus, Grandma. God damn it, Jacob. Move. Was that just my health being low, or do you guys actually hit that hard? God damn. Jacob, you gotta learn to get out of the way, my guy. Did I just turn the difficulty up, or am I just used to beating the shit out of things and not having people fight back? And another round of combat that surely, proves that we're ready to go ahead and fight on the slopes of Red Mountain, and we were sent here to go ahead and deliver supplies to a hermit. To a hermit, Jacob. Why is this being done to us? Expensive belt. Nice set of clothes. Skooma. Ancient Dagoth brandy. Oh, shit. Hey, I need, looks like a smuggler's den to me. He says there could be good shit here if we can get to it. Well, we can get to it if you hit me with some of that restoration magic. Hey, yo, let's see what's in this lock level 75 chest. Ooh! I'm an idiot. I didn't see if it was trapped because my security is so low, and I'm pretty sure I'm fucking dead now. Oh, that sucks. If I die, this is where we're sadly gonna have to end this first episode, leaving Finway wondering why he was assigned this place. Heart wall, not bad. Resist magic. I like to absorb though. Ruby, diamond, 175 gold. Very nice. A Daedric spear. Ooh. Our current spear is 6 to 30. This is 6 to 42. Ooh, we like this. We like this, but it's currently very, very dark. And so I would like to go ahead and have my current spear on. Man, that is nice! Holy shit, Jacob. God damn, that makes this whole trip worth it. I'm in a much better mood now. Hope you can follow me down here, idiot. I just realized maybe you can't. Huh. Whatever. Pretty sure there's a thing that allows me to go ahead and teleport you out anyway. Where the fuck? Am I stuck on the edge of something? There we go. Anyhow, Jacob, oh, good job. Way to go, bud. In a much better mood now. Much better mood. Holy shit, that Daedric spear really just, changed the game completely. And in, that better mood, Finway's finally able to possibly see, or reflect in a more genuine way about how he was being a bit of an asshole and just thinking about himself whenever this task was assigned. Because, obviously, he made out pretty well right now. So, now he's in the phase where he can be more appreciative that he's even out here in the Sheogorath region. And it's at this point whenever he realizes there is a reason why she sent me. Of all the people why she sent me because I am someone who is capable of doing it and wasn't currently busy doing something else that she needed. The Masters at Ghostgate have one of the most difficult duties to go ahead and hold back the tide of Dagoth Ur. And then... Yes, and Morrowind decided that it did not like what I was saying, but that's too bad, because I'm going to say it again anyway. I don't care if you don't like it, Cliff Racer, you fucking bastard. Thank you, Jacob. So as I was saying, Finway's come to the realization of why was he assigned to this duty whenever, he's Ooh. Nope. On a task. We're in the middle of contemplating something related to the temple. We're not going to go off on some sort of side venture right now. We already did that in the cave. Sorry. I'm sure we're going to come back to Rotharan eventually. Especially because... Let me see... Where is Indoranian? Pretty sure it's right around here. Anyhow, I think Rothran might be one of the places that we can teleport to. Eventually. So I'm sure Finway's going to want to secure both the Propylon Index and this old Dunmer stronghold that connects to his. But for now, we're going to continue contemplating the fact that the reason Finway was sent here, or so he comes to believe, is the fact that he was able to be sent here. He wasn't currently assigned to any other duties, while the Master of the Ghost Gate has to use every resource available to hold back the tides of Dagoth Ur. So, of course it makes sense that Finway was sent. Everyone else was currently allocated. Finway thinks to himself, she's probably been trying to find someone to be able to do this for days, because she hasn't been able to pull anyone off the line. She hasn't been able to allocate anyone to this. Now, is this the case? Not so much, but this is kind of how Finway is, right? He was swinging from one extreme, and because he was having those very extreme thoughts, once he had a moment to cool down, once he was in a better mood because he got this extremely valuable Daedric Spear, although it's nowhere near as valuable as it is in vanilla Morrowind. But yes, he tends to go ahead now and swing back to the other extreme of trying to look for the best possible understanding of the situation, trying to cast the other person in the best light, especially because they're a temple superior. We'll see how long that lasts, right? Because obviously now he's feeling as though he's come to some sort of realization. He'll be able to go ahead and... Get the fuck back here, you motherfucker. No! Jacob, let's see if we can just avoid it. I know, I had the same instinct to just fucking kill the thing until it's dead. But no. We are mammals. We walk on land. We don't worry about species. Yes. But Finway's now kind of, feeling as though he could go ahead and... What is it? Bear with dignity any sort of task that he's set by the Master. And we'll see if that in of itself is not a form of pride that is going to undermine this whole sort of, oh no, I realized that I was being the asshole and that there was a deeper purpose here in me coming out to this fucking backwater to do this thing that any initiate could do. You know what? No. Hold on. Spear away. Because, right? Finway's in this fucking magnanimous mood right now. He's feeling very spiritually one with the land, one with the... just fucking everything. I know. I'm having a great time right now rounding things out with my dialogue. Now, I know when we came over from the other direction... There he is. I was going to say, we saw a man standing here with no shirt on. So that means you are either a member of the temple, or you're a dreamer. Or you're both. I see your name there. Doesn't mean that you're not a dreamer, though. You seem to be in fantastic shape for being a monk out here who has a very, very limited diet. What was I sent to give you? 4 jugs of beer and 4 Kwama eggs. That's not going to last you very long. Yeah, he knows it too. All right. Hello, my good Sendasathis. He says, I don't think we've been introduced, Outlander. I'm Sendasathis. How can I help you? Yes, just to confirm, can you tell me a little bit about yourself? I am Sendasathis, monk and initiate of the temple. Fantastic. You are indeed the man that I was sent to see. So I have here for you some food and drink sent by the Master of the Ghost Gate. You're here to deliver my food and drink? No. No, I'm not, actually. Yes, here it is, my good sir. Kwama eggs again? Well, I should be thankful the temple supports an old hermit like me. So what are you actually doing out here? And yes, you should be thankful. Is that it, though? Does Finway start becoming just a little bitter asshole again, completely overwhelmed by his pride? Or is he able to go ahead and keep his shit in check? I think he keeps it in check, but it's not because he's not proud. It's because he He's trying to recognize that, what is it, his pride has gotten him into trouble before. Or at least he thinks it has. So he doesn't go ahead and comment and say, yes, you should be thankful, like he probably would have a couple of days ago. He just says, well, glad to help. I will be on my way. No real other niceties, I suppose. Blessings. Blessings of the three send us. Go ahead and end on at least a positive note with an identity we both share. Oh, wants to come down and see his little friends here as well. This is a nice little place to meditate, right? Oh, and the music's very pleasant as well. I think I'm going to turn the music up a smidge. Hopefully I'll remember this for all future playthroughs. Right about there. All right. Well, shall we, Jacob? Where do we intervention to? I think Civi might carry us to Nisus. Or it's going to carry us down to that Saint Shrine. Time to find out. Civi intervention. I'm really hoping it's Nisus. It is Nisus. Fantastic, Jacob. Let us be off. Wait, this isn't Nisus, is it? No. No, it's Voss. All right, divine intervention. Although that is good to know. I'm sure I knew and had forgot already that we can now Civi intervention to the temple in Voss. But for now, divine intervention. Imagine it would be like a little interesting thing, right, of divine intervention not being able to work in certain areas because they are temple affiliated. Right? Holy shit, on the first try, I remembered it was down here. So, like, within temple grounds, you couldn't use divine intervention like I just did, because I could see, you know, one side or the other taking offense to that. Aldaroon. And now, another shortcut, Civi intervention. Sorry. I mean divine intervention. We'll pretend like no one here saw us, because again, we probably should have checked in with someone in House Redoran by now. But I think Finway's still wanting to, you know, get back immediately and show that he has learned a lesson and that he's willing to go ahead and accept any further duties with humility and not let his pride and vanity get in the way or you know, cloud his thinking, the performance of his duties. All right. Hello, Mr. Rat. Can't remember if my other spear would one-shot those rats. I imagine it did. Honestly, no, that's definitely slower. Dispel. Looks like we're running, Jacob. Ooh, and I'm gonna need you to refill me here in a little bit. Top off my magicka. Alright. So, if we went into the Tower of Dusk earlier, one interesting question, or interesting point, is that our attendant clearly was wearing Ordinator gear. But he said he was stationed in the Tower of Dusk, which is where the buoyant armigers are. So why wasn't he wearing buoyant armiger apparel? Maybe there's something there. I wonder if maybe he had originally been assigned to the Tower of Dawn and then was transferred over to the Tower of Dusk. Which then begs the question, if that is the case, then why did that occur? I don't know. This bears consideration, I think. That's right. I also listened to the audio earlier. Let's make that even quieter. Oh, Jesus. Well, now you can't hear footsteps at all. Alright, one more try. See if I can't just... Is it going to be completely overwhelming again? Yes. I'm turning them off because I can't hear that much longer. I think it was fine whenever we weren't super athletic, but the pace we move now, it is just unbearable. You look different than the last streamer, that's why I had to check. I'm hoping one of my temple brethren here will kill whatever big baddie is after us right now. Shrine of the Tribunal. Civic intervention, or restoration. You're in luck, Jacob. I didn't have to leech off of you. You. Sadal, Darvel. Yes. How much would it cost to repair all of my things? A lot. It's gonna cost a lot. Did I say repair? I meant I would like to buy things. So that I can repair things myself. I will take your 5 Master Armorer's hammer. You're gonna upcharge me? You're all holy warriors here. What do you think I'm using these tools for? You know what? Finway's not even gonna haggle. He's happy to contribute to the funds of the Ghost Gate. Really kind of curious. What's your background? You're just a smith, huh? Kind of make me think like you're a Lalu or something with that outfit, but that's not fair. You just might be a well-dressed merchant. Alright, well, the big baddie's still out there somewhere, so let's take a look at the Tower of Dawn really fast. Just kind of curious to see if I'm correct that it's mostly staffed with people wearing Indoril armor. Yes. Oh, look, this is very different than the other one. This is much more fitting for the temple. I have to remind myself that part of the temple is the buoyant armigers because they represent a key component of Vivek's personality. Anyway, let's go ahead and start fixing some things up. We got some broken shit. Go ahead and repair that, and that, and that, and that. Alright, let's see if we can't repair the weapons completely. What is my armor? 28. Not horrible. Not great. I mean, at the end of the day, I might as well use the hammers now because otherwise they're just going to weigh me down. Alright, to the temple. Alright. One, let's go ahead and put on Ilkor because we'll be able to see better. Alright, 2. Do we do another round of the temple blessings, or would that be viewed negatively? You know what? We're just going to come in, and we are going to make a blessing to Saint, not Lothus, Saint Rorus. Pretty sure he was a man who was wealthy and then gave away all his possessions. Get the shoes of Rorus. Yes, we'll pray to Rorus. Because he definitely would most likely align to the task that we had currently done. If I am correct, this does look like someone who's walking with a staff and like a wicker hat. I can imagine he's barefoot. Interesting. Good day, Master Uvu. Sorry, Master Lilaren. Sorry for addressing you by your first name. Did you find the hermit Sendasathus and deliver his food and drink? I did indeed. You delivered the food and drink? Good. Finway. Sorry, I've been watching someone else's Let's Play a little bit. Finway goes ahead and was prepared for just a blunt response like that, and in fact feels a little bit, although I don't think he recognizes it, he just thinks he feels happy rather than prideful over being prepared and not being hurt by that blunt response, because he's like, I know, of course, she's being blunt, she has a lot of cares on her mind. It's certainly nothing to do with me. Master, I was planning on departing to take counsel with House Redoran and Aldrune, but I did want to ask if there were any duties that you needed performing before I leave. Yes, indeed. Sure, curate. Many sacred relics of the temple have been lost to the sixth house. I want you to recover a relic that I believe is in Lost Coggaroon. Lost Coggaroon? I only know that that is the ancient seat of House Dagoth that we learned in one of our Morrowind histories. But it's not even on the Propylon network anymore. I do not know where Lost Coggaroon is. One of our valiant ordinators, Feral Salim, wore the hair shirt of Saint Aralor. He was searching for Lost Coggaroon, but is now lost himself. He is presumed dead, but if you can find him alive or recover the hair shirt of Saint Aralor, the temple would be grateful. Finway does a good job at hiding his, Is he perplexed? I don't even think he knows. He's just struck. He's completely lost for words. Just to confirm, you said Lost Coggaroon, right? Yes, and I don't know where it is, Finway Indoris, so good luck. And my journal says, the Ordinator Feral Salem was lost while searching for Lost Coggaroon. Uvu Lularan asked me to find him if he's alive. If he is dead, I should return the hair shirt of Saint Aralor, a sacred relic. Well, I shall begin the search at once, Master. And then she turns her back on him as he proceeds to walk down to the Tower of Dusk because Finway feels the need to go ahead and have a drink before anything else. So after returning, doing this long and arduous and yet ultimately very minor task, returning without any sort of complaints, ill will, Finway has now been instructed by the Master to find an ancient lost citadel whose very existence has been scrubbed from most Dunmer records, and with no indication of where to start looking for this. And the last person who went looking for it, a highly trained member of the militant faith, is dead. Jacob, I'm really starting to think this might be personal. I'm really starting to think this might be personal. But that, everyone, is where we will leave Finway, the end of the first chapter of the second book of his tale. I'm thinking I'm going to title this book maybe like Faith and Family or something. But he came out of the gate full of fucking piss and vinegar, thinking that he was going to go ahead and show this master just his dedication to the temple, his martial skill, his ability to go ahead and stand with the best of them at Ghostgate. And now here he is, contemplating whether he is going to be returning to Ghostgate anytime in the near future. Because it is, after all, Lost Coggaroon. So no one could blame him for not being able to find it. But again, thank you everyone for joining Finway and his good friend Jacob Julan here for this first chapter. I'm hoping that uploads will be somewhat regular. And
I'm so hungry. I could eat a rat.
well, we're about to get pissed. So you're probably going to get drunk faster than I am. We'll get you some yams. Anyway, thank you everyone, and we will see you in the next one. Ma'am, we are going to need all your mazte and your kwama eggs.